Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of round 3 of season 8 in the Apex Racing League Prototype Championship. We had a fantastic round at Zolder last time at Simone Nucera managing to come out on top of the GTP Pros, and Christophe Herbigno making it 2 wins out of 2 in the LMP2 Pros as well. But tonight we head to the host of Petit Le Mans. It is Road Atlanta. It's one of our favourites, David, for this round of the championship after a couple of very good races already this season.
Yeah, it's not just the best track, but this format, the IMSA format at this track is what it's all about. Yeah, Petit's the best race of the year, and yeah, I'm really excited for this one. After seeing Zolder was some really good racing, really enjoyed that, so I'm excited to see what we see here. It's going to be tight competition though. Even in the AM class, we're again proving to be good to watch.
Definitely, Zolder was one of my favourite races that I've watched in recent times. So yeah, really big fan of that one. There's a reminder of the calendar. I've already been to Belgium twice, but we make the trip across the Atlantic to Road Atlanta for this round of the championship. Silverstone will be next week, and of course we round it all off at Monza next time, or in many weeks' time. I think that one ends in December or very late November. But a little bit of a change to the format tonight, David. Of course, we've got the traditional 20-minute qualifying game, but a 75-minute race. A little bit extra time for the drivers to practice before the big event on Saturday.
Yeah, that's just going to put an emphasis on strategy, consistency, and fuel saving. So, my sort of race.
Definitely. Should be a good one. Should just about be one stop still. But as you say, more opportunity for the fuel saving for the drivers. Let's have a quick recap of what happened last time at Zolder. Not a full race recap, but just probably the best moment of the race. So it wasn't the best moment for some of the drivers. A fantastic LMP2 AM lead battle. So you mentioned how good the AM categories have been so far this season. And, well, this one was involving Grigorenko and Grosseto. Initially, at least, David, Grosseto holding on to that race lead, but it didn't necessarily last a whole lot longer than this.
No, it was cursed, the lead position. Fun to watch, but made it very entertaining, actually.
It really did. Grosseto holding on there, but you can see taking too much curb at the chicane. This is on lap 42. You can see in the top left just 9 minutes of the race to go. Grosseto's round. At this point, we're thinking, well, Grigorenko, he's leading by 13 seconds, but not for long. He had to come to the pits because he got too many incidents. Grosseto did as well. Ooms then led. He was overtaken by Quer pretty much as soon as he gained the position. And now, as they move round the lap, it will be Quer who takes too much curb himself. He spins round, and Ooms was not going to let go of the lead that time. 4 different leaders in the space of about 90 seconds.
Yeah, Ooms goes, what, 5th to 1st? And we actually got to interview him. Yeah, he just couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it.
He was very, very pleased with that one. And yeah, best of luck to him for the next round. But let's have a look at the championship standings then. And there has been a significant change because Simone Nucera, after being so strong in the first 2 rounds, he has been changed from an amateur driver to a pro driver because he's been that good. Despite that, he's still the championship leader by 1 point over Balash Tarowski, but no one's really had a clean run of it, demonstrated by the very close points situation that we have.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be very tight. Obviously, Nucera, have you already said that, has moved?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be, it's impressive. He was super impressive. Let's see what he can do against all the big names.
In the amateurs, we've got Henning Schwiebig, who, to be fair, Henning would only be 5 points off in the pros himself, sorry, because he has had some, or a very good round 1 in particular. I think it was up in the top 5 in round 1. Gondolaires was the race winner last time out, though, so he'll be looking to take more points out tonight. And in the LMP2 pros, it's not been quite as tricky. Pole, fastest lap, and the race win at both races so far for Christophe Herbigno. He's got a perfect 100-point score. Yeah,
he's almost gone on challenge. Like everyone's had that. I know everyone's had their moments, but yeah, it's going to be exciting to see who can take what to him because yeah, he's looking like if he gets that whiff of a lead, he knows how to extend it.
Michael Halfler-Dawson's been really impressive in P2. Delachas managed to hold on to the podium last time out. So yeah, we'll see how the old Kentucky driver can challenge the Delachas automated cars. Of course, they've got Bernier as well. It's a very strong squad. are the European outfit, so it will be tricky to take off the top step of the podium before the end of the season. And in the amateurs, we've got Connor Bernardt at the top, Philip Massa, and Luca Corban and Cope. Again, very mixed up.
Yeah, it's going to be 7 points, top 5.
Yeah.
You'd love to see it.
No one's got on the podium in both rounds so far this season in the LMP2 rounds, and it's a German 1, 2, 3.
And the top 3 are all the same teammates, right?
Yeah, F1 Online Liga.
Yeah, they're looking very strong.
Very strong, yeah. Joris Ooms, who won last time, down in 6th place at the moment in the championship. So that shows how competitive it is. In the GTP Teams Championship, we've got Absolute Motorsport Acelith. And again, it's close. PS Competition 2nd. And Beast Racing with Soren Kroll joining the team last time out as well. So they've gone from strength to strength up there in P3.
And yeah, like team like Manatee down in P4. We know, what is it, Norbert and Balazs Trotsky. So
yeah, Norbert wasn't around last week, and that really hurt their point scoring ability. So expect them to bounce back tonight.
Yep.
And in the LMP2s, we've got Delachaz. Frankly, I'd be shocked if Delachaz don't dominate this championship. Orkin Tech have got a good squad. But yeah, Delachaz have got the strongest car.
F1 on La Liga is an AM team.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pros got to step it up a bit.
Yeah. No, they've scored very good points between their 3 drivers so far this season. Let's have a look at the track guide then for this round. And of course, not a rescan of this circuit a couple of years ago, but it was an artwork update, and it does look significantly better. And I think also the new grass as well, or not necessarily the new grass, but the change of the grass around the circuit as well helps a bit as well, because that turn 1 used to be absolutely treacherous on the outside there. Now there's a bit more forgiveness.
Yeah. It's utter forgiveness, actually. If you clip the grass out there, you can actually make it back before the turn, which blows my mind. Because, yeah, you remember people, if you saw them touch it, you're like, bye.
Yeah. Into the wall.
Yeah, you're not coming back from that. But yeah, this track needs no introductions. The blind corner, 2-3. So this corner, it doesn't matter how many times you do it. When you nail it, you almost cheer.
I think it's, I think I've said this before on a broadcast, but I think it's one of the corners where it demonstrates being how good a driver someone can be, because you got to brake, turn, and almost accelerate at this simultaneously almost.
Correct. And it's blind.
And it's blind.
Yeah, I love it. In multi-class, I love the complex. I especially love it when I feel like I actually nail it.
Turn 7 is a very tricky one, slowest corner on the circuit. And then, of course, you have the long run through turn 8 to 9 and then into a fantastic final section of corners, which is so good for racing. If we're very lucky, we might have a side-by-side across the line. We've seen it a lot of times on Apex Racing TV over the years, because even if you defend into 10-8, you're on the back foot for 10B, and you can get the run through 11 and 12, and maybe before the finish line, which comes up very quickly after the final corner.
So 10A, I was there, IRL Petit Le Mans 2 years ago, sat there watching last lap prototypes come through side by side after 10 hours. Neither of them had committed to turn or brake. They broke, but they just blew the corner. Both went across the the stewards had to decide the winner of the race. It was insane.
Yeah, we had a similar thing happen in Porsche Cup a few months ago. I think that was another studio broadcast, and yeah, it can be a very dramatic finish to the race. Well, that is, well, we'll go to an advert now, and then we'll go to qualifying, because the LMP2 drivers are just about to go out on circuit, but we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Road Atlanta and the very early stages of qualifying. It's a 20-minute session. First 10 minutes are for the LMP2s. Final 10 minutes are for the GTPs. And yeah, we'll soon be getting coverage of the cars just starting their first flying laps. Welcome to everyone in chat. Nicholas, hopefully you're enjoying your trophy. Paul as well, actually. Another Apex Racing driver who's recently won a trophy. Of course, his was for the Abruzzi Endurance Championship. But also Medmo and Chris, Lanza, and Alan as well, and Paul as well, supporting F1 Online League.
Busy, busy.
Sure is.
Oh, we get an onboard. Here we go. Love this corner in a prototype. All hook up. It's a battle between tracking out and then setting up your line here. Oh, he's not gone off a curb there. Very nice line though. But yeah, you want to make sure you open up the corner for more speed. Well, he's avoiding the curbs. Now, I've not been doing a lot of LMP2, but in GTP we eat those for breakfast, all of them. Actually, you don't use the asphalt, you just use the curbs. See here, nice and early on the throttle, track out to... No, so... We're just not using enough curb. That's all I'm seeing here. Because like you said, it's the slowest corner on the track there. So using the outside curb is definitely where you want to be.
At the moment, the pros and the AMs very much separated. Starting off the slowest of the pros, but still P6 early pace goes to Bernier ahead of Busby, who we're hoping will be a bit more on form. Was struggling last time out at Zolder. But Dan Blackwell on this lap. We'll see if he can get anywhere near the top of the AMs. And they're the blue striped drivers, of course, on the left. And he is not near the top. He is... Oh, he's in the midfield. It's a lot better now that we see the other drivers.
Yeah.
For Blackwell, that is.
Oh, he's parked it. Oh, so we're getting F1 monster tactics here. Everyone's... Oh, yeah. And hopefully no one's getting in the way of people's laps doing all this.
Joe Newman with a very nice livery. I'm not sure if we saw it last time out, or maybe it was just a spec map issue, but no, it is a nice one. AlphaTauri-esque.
Yep, these guys hunting for that little bit of draft. It's quite a long straight.
Busby has gone fastest, by the way.
There we go.
New driver to the series. Oh, hang on. I thought I knew who the new driver was. Now I'm doubting myself.
On board with Tim Perry.
New driver to the series is Fabian Siegmann. He is 8K and drives for Team Husingfeld.
Oh, okay. What class? LMP2?
LMP2.
Yeah, I think I've seen them a lot.
Now, is he out there right now?
Evening to Nicola Agard in chat. Hope you're well, mate.
I don't think Fabian is around actually tonight, so a bit of a shame. That's one of the new sign-ups. We are, still sign-ups are open. We are actually at 60 drivers now, which is often where we would cap the entries, and that would be the case before round one. But of course, tonight we have just over 50 drivers. So there's always a few not quite turning up, so we will keep entries open. You can sign up over at apexracingleague.com. You can also sign up to the Racing Unleashed GT3 series, and of course do make sure to join the Apex Racing League Discord as well. I think there's a link in the description because that is the best place to find out any new series, along with our social medias as well on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook.
What is the average track limit for the amount of cars? What's the average track limit for the amount of cars?
What, like the instant limit is?
No, sorry. I mean, like the amount of cars you're allowed on track.
Oh, 60.
Okay.
Usually it's 60, yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit higher. Sometimes iRacing up at, I think, 64 maybe, some circuits. And some circuits it's a bit less. As this might be a very good lap here from Bernier. You can see got a couple of purple sectors. And it's enough for second place. So it's Delatraz 2, 3, 5. But Paul Busby is knocking them down a place right now.
Yeah, it's nice to see Busby back on top. After a tragic round 1 and round 2, maybe just new to the track. That's my guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he just didn't look like the Paul we know.
Michael Halfler-Dawson very much out of position, down in P28 as it stands in the LMP2s. We know he's got a lot more pace. Clearly hasn't got a clean lap in yet, but you can get a fair few around this fairly short circuit. Busby across the line again. He goes another 10th and a half clear. He is looking very strong right now, is the Effect Simulations driver.
Yep. His teammate Nate is also leading LMP2 AM. 7th overall in class.
Yeah, Willoughby, of course, won in the LMP2 AM in round 1. Did not have a good round 2, though, so it's not quite at the summit of the championship.
Delatraz boys, though, looking strong, though, in 2 and 3.
And 5.
And 5.
Bernier did improve there, but not enough to move up a place. I think actually Delatraz improved as well, but again, not enough to move up.
How much time they got? They got another... They can do an outlap and a lap, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes Herbinho. He's underperforming a bit at the moment, and again, he improves, but they're filling the gaps at the moment, are the Delatraz cars. He will be able to tow back and get another lap or 2 in, though. Busby across the line again. Is that another improvement? I think it is.
Yeah, only slight, but an improvement's an improvement.
They are all shaving off hundredths of a second off their times every single lap right now.
Yep, Paul's looking on it. And yeah, Herbinho does... I mean, he's got pole 2 for 2, right? This would be quite the drop in performance. 3/10.
Yeah.
Just scanning down the F1 Unleague guys. Coburn and Connor are 3rd and 4th in amateur LMP2. So they're looking strong. But yeah, mega from Nate and Yuri, the AM drivers. 7th and 8th overall. Like, taking all the LMP2 drivers as Tim Perry splits them, making them now 7 and 9. Taking the grass route.
Yeah, it's one way of getting out the way. I mean, to be fair, it's maybe the only thing you can do when you're in that situation is very much single file through the S's section. Clement Friedrich there, the one getting out of the way. So Busby's in the pit still.
Yeah, so he's done now.
So yeah, he won't be going back out. So it's up to Delatraz whether they can...
Yeah, both Delatrazes have got time for a lap, so let's see.
So yeah, anyone who's starting a lap now, this will be their final attempt. Massa out there. It's P2 in the championship at the moment in the AMS.
Yeah, currently pitting 7th in amateur at the moment.
Orikov moves up to 8th position just behind. Joris Ooms, who won last time out, down in P10 at the moment.
Dylan just improved. Split in the Delatraz guys. An 8-8, so strong lap. He has got time for another rack, because he finished it. He started his lap, so he can finish it.
Good lap this from Delatraz. This will be maybe front row. No, it was not. He did not improve. He was 200 slower than his last lap.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a short lap.
Halfler-Dawson improves. He goes up to P9. That's still disappointing for Halfler-Dawson, the man who's been on the podium both races so far this season.
Herbinho crosses the line at an 8.77, so just off his teammate Bernier there. So if Delatrez does improve, he did have time, right? He did cross the line before the 10, or was it after? I wasn't looking. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he's got time.
Yeah, so if he improves, it would be second, third, and fourth, all Delatrez. Busby would be seeing only green behind him.
Bernier with 1 personal best on this lap, and it is a personal best overall, but he's still a 10th short. It's all down to Delatrez, then 2 personal bests for him on this one. He's going to be lunging around the final corner. This could be good for Alexander Delatrez, and it is. It's up to P2, and it is, as you predicted, a 2, 3, 4. None of them could get, in the end, that close to Busby. I know it's a 10th of a second, but considering how many attempts they had at it and how they were seemingly just shaving hundredths off by the end of the session, that is a really impressive performance there from Paul Busby, who needs it if he's going to launch an attack at this title.
Yeah, and the teammates were all very close. That's another thing. The Delatrez guys were all very, very close to each other. Just seeing if there's any standout sectors from Paul. It's not 1. It's not 2. The last set, no. It's just a combination of, I mean, no, it's sector 2. That's where Paul, he's sector 2 and sector 4. I'm not sure. That it's just, there's such small margins at this track. Paul just put it together.
So already we've got the GTPs on their fast laps as well. Coming through the final corner. Championship leader Simone Nucero, winner last time out. Started only P4 though. His teammate, Norbert, no, not his teammate, but Norbert Tamas, who's driving for Manatee Racing. He's back after missing Zolder. He did not own the circuit and didn't fancy buying it. And he is looking to recover from that. He's currently on pole position by a hefty margin.
You say hefty, but it's crazy how small the margin between the prototype classes are here at Road Atlanta. What is that? 2.3 seconds?
Yeah, it's not a lot, is it? I think it will be better than what we had at Zolder, though, at least. Zolder, there was a bit of overlap. And the GTP field is very competitive. Everyone above 1.8k. There's only a few drivers under 3k. And yet, it was as though they were battling against each other at times. Callum Reed-Gartson supporting effects. Good to see you around, Callum. And Paul very much feeling intimidated by the Delatrez cars. Starting behind him on the grid. So Tamas across the line goes even faster, down to a 6.3.
Large had a strong race last week. Just that one mistake. I know he, out of all the LMP2, LMDH drivers, he made probably the least, but the one he did cost him what he needed.
Oh, Turushki goes to the top. Goes ahead of his teammate. Had to play second fiddle to his teammate in qualifying last time, or back at Spa. But he has the edge at the moment. Jocelyn up there in P3. Top 6 are all pros, and then it's Joseph Dimblow, the highest placed AM.
So the guy that took the wrong car last week, did he stay with the wrong car this week, or has he gone back to his car?
Kritsander Thasang, he accidentally picked the Porsche. He's back in the Acura.
Okay, so...
But he did get a 50-point penalty for doing that.
Yeah. It is the worst feeling when you glance up and you're panicking if you pick the right car. I've been there, but I've just never picked the wrong car. Well, after the race, I feel like I have sometimes. I think it was Road Atlanta last season in GT3. I can't remember what I was using in Open, but I wasn't doing any fix. And the day I did rock up to fix, everyone was in the Lambo and I was in the Ferrari.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, okay, fix set not so good then. Okay, so the Manatee guys, who I did actually mention, who were like, what was it, P4 or 5 in the championship, but I figured would finish stronger. So they're running 1 and 2 at the moment.
Well, yeah, Turushki got wiped out in round 1, didn't he?
Ah, of course, yeah.
And then, sorry, Tamas wasn't around last time out, so yeah, they could have done a lot better. Welcome, Matthew and chat. Guerrero makes it a PS competition 9-10. as it stands. Also 18 because Anthony Bernand is also out on circuits. But also a quick mention as well of Apex Racing Academy. Of course, Apex Racing Academy is supplying data packs featuring setups and track guides, B-laps, O-laps, and also group coaching sessions as well. You can go to apexracingac.com in order to get yourself a subscription. You can get bronze, silver, or gold, or even our free Mercedes GT4 data pack. We are supplying the Mercedes GT4 stuff totally for free this season. Do check out apexracingac.com to sign up to that, as that was a hefty crash into
That was a strange error. Yeah, I assume he just went for a can I carry 20 kph more test. This is what I mean. We absolutely eat the curbs, all of them. You just go curb to curb in this car. I do love this car around this track.
Is that similar to real life?
Yeah, I believe so. I was here. I can't remember for the life of me, but yeah, I think so.
So Tamas with a personal best sector 1, personal best sector 3. So this could be an improvement for our current pole sitter, but he comes into the pits instead. Looks like it's going to be a Manatee Racing 1-2 either way. It looks like they might have quite a gap over the rest, at least in qualifying. Because Nisera's race pace was very strong last time out, so don't rule him out.
So in the AMs, we've got Dimbolo, Jens, and who we were just talking about, Christina Sang in the Acura. But I'm seeing quite a few Acuras, actually. I wouldn't know. I just never drive this car. If it's Acura week, I'm still in the Caddy. That's it, I actually only drive the Caddy. I quite like the Porsche.
Best looking car as well, the Porsche.
Yeah, it's good to drive. And I like the BMW, it's fine. I don't differentiate enough from the Caddy, so I just focused on learning one.
Sure.
It's such a new class to me still. I'm still really don't want to be jumping around each week, even if there's half a tenth in it on the bop. So I'd rather just learn the car.
Antonino Seeger, I think, just improved to P8, by the way, on track. P7 in class. Lennart Schnabel in 15th place for Alcantech NHR by Brain Crow.
Do we know what a Brain Crow is?
I think it's some sort of application that Lennart has been developing. Do make sure to check it out if you're interested. That is why they're running it on their car after all. Turoshki back out on circuit. Tamas on a quick lap at the moment. Turoshki also on a lap right now. We've got a minute to go, but the drivers, so yeah, pretty much if they start a lap now, they will complete it. The Sang moves up to pole in the amateurs. He moves ahead of Dimbolo and Baker.
Yeah, great lap. He's 2.5k. And he's rocking only 7/10 off the Manatee boys. That's, well, actually, Norbert has 2/10 over Balazs Trotsky. Do we notice that? 4/10 off P3. Well, Nucera, who's now a pro, P3, up to them. Jump in Henry in the Velocity Racing car just then, and he's parked it. He's done.
Tamas with an even quicker lap that time round, down to a 0.58. Trotsky's just going across the line. Here he comes with 12 seconds to go in the session.
Can he find a bit to his teammate? 2/10 at the moment. Let's see if we can get an onboard for the lap.
Oh, Berset has just moved up to the top of the GTP, and that came out of nowhere for Jens.
Yeah, lovely lap. Okay, it's right on board. This is Balazs' chance for pole. Eat the exit, get back before the grass. I love this corner. This next corner, I run the bike so low that I have to be so careful here. He's trying to throw it in. That actually kind of worked, actually.
Not a great first two sectors, but he's in the ballpark.
And it all comes down to now, how much do you want to cut? So if you cut a lot, it's good. Cut 1 millimetre too much and your lap's done.
Well, he needs to make up about a tenth of a second in this final sector. So it's all or nothing, really.
Nice pickup. Not sure about the amount of cut. He stays low for the shortest line.
It might be an improvement, but it's not going to be pole.
Oh, it is an improvement.
It's half a tenth off. Maybe I was a bit overconfident with that previous statement, because it was very close. But it is Tamas who's going to take pole position.
Look, great times from them both, though. He's 0.2 quicker than P3, and Norbert is 0.3 quicker than P3. Very nice lap from those two.
So that is all our drivers complete then, all 21 GTPs and 29, 30 LMP2s. It's a packed grid, 51 cars taking to this Road Atlanta circuit over the next hour or so. Just Lanza letting us know in chat, BAM 1, 2, clearly supporting Manatee Racing right there. And Chris as well pointing out how close it is in both of the GTP divisions tonight. We'll still be like a one-stop, like I said before. Will be about 40 minutes that the LMP2s will be able to go. Maybe 45 to 50 minutes for the GTPs. And of course, it's an hour 15. So as long as you get to sort of 37, 38 minutes, that is all you need to do. I think we can go over to the grid now. We have got a short formation lap here, so we'll battle through it. It's Tamas on pole, ahead of Turoshki, Nucera, championship leader, Jocelyn, Dexy, Sotil, and Segro. Bousset, top of the GTP AMS. Fantastic performance from him. Then it's Christofuli, Dasang, Dimbolo, Baker, Malgrera, Arrigi, Wells, Schnabel in 16th, Grondelaires, Bernand, Kroll, Longfellow, and Schwiebig. Then, top of the LMP2 Pros and a return to form for Paul Busby, ahead of Alexander Delachaz. Augustin Bernier lines up in 3rd place. Then it's Christophe Herbigno, championship leader, of course. Dylan Bossert, Emil Koopmans, Clement Fidry, Nathan Willoughby, Adam Watson, Tim Perry, Michael Hafler-Darson. We've still got another 20 or so to go. Kukurenko, Crisp, Sazonov, Williams, Newman, Corban, Bernat, Massa, Quer, Grissetto, Orokov, Ooms, Blackwell, Venaccio, Revkov, Yacolet, Oman, Koulibaly, and Hooper did not set a time.
You made it just before they're starting to roll off on the short pace lap.
Well, Antonino Segro and Michael Hafler-Darson not getting on the grid very much helped me on that.
Have you seen, sorry, breaking news, that Spa, the new Spa, now has short formation?
But it's always been short formation.
Yeah, but the new one wasn't. It was long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did we do 2 weeks ago? I wasn't...
Well, maybe you can override it in a hosted, but I'm just saying the default. Maybe.
Okay,
I'm not sure. It was in the patch notes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is really short, this one.
This is
short. Ridiculously short.
Yeah.
If you're not... I don't usually weave to warm up tyres, but I would be if I was GTP.
The LMP2s will leave about 20 seconds gap to the class ahead, so if there is any issues ahead of them, they'll be able to recover. So here comes Manatee Racing then. They're not particularly bunched up at the moment. The start zone is very late around this circuit. It's pretty much on the exit of the final corner. So he's got to wait until the end of that curve, and now he can go, and he does go. And we are way racing for 75 minutes. It's a poor start for Simone Nucera, who's going to do very well to hold on against Jocelyn, but he has held on. That was good attacking driver on the outside. Jocelyn might come back at him though into the turn 2-3 complex.
Yeah, indeed. As the LMP2s are getting going, maybe someone with a jump there.
Yeah.
Looked a bit out of place, but...
There had been Soren Kroll, who gained a couple of places immediately.
Yeah, because it's not on... Well, no, the green would have been long gone.
Sergio's getting into single file in GTP at least. Very good jump through the S's at least. And so far for the LMP2s, that's the same. Good start for Jack Boss, a really good start for both Beast Racing drivers in the LMP2 category.
I'm just having a scan down to see if we've lost anyone, but I'm calling it. It's clean at the moment. The most big decisions anyone's changed is up 2 for Jack Wells.
Yep, Joe Newman having a bit of a poor start as well. He's down 2. As yeah, you see on that right side screen, everyone very,
Oh,
very
switch back there.
clustered.
Look at that. Lovely move. Yeah. The mag driver tried to get off and close it, but deal was done.
That was Dimbolo past Christopherli. He's down 2 places himself.
Very, very nicely done that. But mag driver's going to hang it around the outside. No. No can do.
And here comes Matt Baker now. On the front-running AM driver, stayed where he was on the race start, did Matt Baker. Still in P12 overall.
Great start to the race. You never can predict what track is going to generate. Because like when you think about it, what we had at Spa on a nice big open track compared to what we have here on a tight twisty track.
Oh, someone has put it in the wall now. That's Glenn Grondelaires, I think the AM championship leader, no? In the GTP AMs.
So I assume that was out of 5, onto the wall. I assume he's just eaten too much curb and bounced off. Terminal damage.
Well, he's going to have a long day pitting and then having to drive his way through the LMP2s.
Yep, there's one fast repair, right? So
yep.
he won't come out in traffic. Because I usually find that this track, you usually come back, it takes you lose about a lap for a proper pit stop. But fast repair is nice and quick. This battle has been raging now.
Still Christopherli at the front of it, but
yeah,
barely.
he's got.
So he's got back past Wells, hasn't he? Oh no, so Wells. No, what's So Christopherli's ahead of Dimbolo, and then it's Wells. We've got pros and AMs mixing about in this battle. Oh, big crash. Oh no, sorry, no, my bad. It was just Grondelaires coming into the pits. Saw someone tumbling. Tim Perry's got his webcam going. He's had a good start to this race. He's up 1 place, but I think that's because of Grondelaires coming into the pits. So really, he's in the same place as he started.
Yes, indeed. I love how clean this race has been. Hardly anyone, only one person is, 3 people are out, 2 positions out of sync, but apart from that.
To be the pessimist, the problem with a clean start is that everyone's still very bunched together.
Yeah, for sure.
At least if you have a crash on lap 1, everyone's spread out, and then, yeah, they're less likely to crash later on, so. We'll see, and of course the first drive-through for the GTPs to the LMP2s.
Look at that rig, how close it is to the wall, but it's because he's in VR. Whereas you usually see a rig quite far from a wall because to fit the triples or or the 49 or something, but it's remarkable.
When we've moved the rigs downstairs at the Apex Racing Sim Centre, the rigs are wider than they are long because of the and that's the dimension that we're limited by when it comes to door space and stuff. So yeah, it is deceiving.
Oh, car disappearing a little bit there. I mean, yeah, the future for VR, possibly, but it needs to be 0 heat. Like, I'm not considering it until my face isn't sweating. Oh, good battle here. Lots of flashing going on.
This is the same battle as I've seen before, and it's just still raging on. And it's 3 wide, heading into the chicane. There's contact, but fortunately the driver on the outside was early on the brakes, otherwise that could have been very nasty. That was Dimbolo staying ahead of Christopherli, but Christopherli's underneath, and these guys have been going at it now for the whole race, and you can't help but feel like it's getting a little bit personal now between the 2 of them. Christopherli being very aggressive on his defense, and whilst these guys battle is only going to invite the other drivers. Now they're alongside again. These 2 cannot make it through turn 3. Surely there's more contact between the pair, and they run alongside. Will Christopherli give up on it? He will for now. And he cannot regain that position that he lost in lap 2.
Dimbolo was great to watch in Porsche Cup as well. It's sparking memories.
Yeah.
He was always feisty. Yeah. Yeah. What a battle. What a battle. That has been raging, but that was the best fight those 2 have produced. Right, let's take stock. Top 3 in LMP. In MDH Pros is unchanged in 1 and 2, but Henry's upper position on Simon Nucera. In AMS, it's Jen's same position. Yeah, they're unchanged in LMP3, LMDH AM. In LMP2, let me just change this 1 second. Making my life very difficult for myself.
Christopherli was able to... Christopherli lost out to Baker, by the way, on this lap. So yeah, Baker did... managed to get past. Wells was not able to get past, however.
LMP2 Pro, Busby, Delatraz, and Bernier.
Crash. There's been a crash for Soren Kroll. Who has he collided with? Well, whoever he did collide with got away with it better. It may have been Anthony Malgrera, but I'm not entirely sure.
LMP2 AM is completely unchanged in the top 4. Hardly any changes out there. Yeah, we'll get you some replays of the various incidents that are happening out there. What a battle that was, though. That was great to watch. Yeah, Dimbolo must have got a very bad run out of the last 10B because it looked like he had it done. Then all of a sudden, Rodrigo was completely alongside coming around the last corner. Hello to Tommy in chat. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, thanks, thanks, Thompson.
You might remember from Tommy when he used to stream. He retired. And he's working on his comeback tour. Hello to Chris. Hope you're well, mate.
Maru, yeah, welcome as well. Another former Porsche Cup driver, I believe, supporting Manatee out there. They are still a 1-2, 2.1 seconds actually. Tamas leads. Schwiebig, another one of these beast racing drivers, didn't go well for his teammate Soren Kroll just a few moments ago, and with the aggressiveness of Anthony Malgrera behind him, may not go well for Schwiebig either. But for now, he holds on. Seagrey gets past Bcert, by the way, for P7, further up the road. Bcert still the leader of the GTP AMS. Schwiebig's having to go defensive, but that is a very ambitious overtake from the PS competition car. There's a bit of contact between the two of them, but he'll be able to get out of that one ahead.
Position here. Cool. There's some quite overlap. These two teammates on the outside going to try and work together, but yeah, it looks like he maintains his position. Some great battling in LMDH. Okay, we've still got some replays. This is the LMDH start. This was all very clean. I think there might be something to look at further back with someone. Maybe, I'm not sure. They might have just seen the leader go and timed it, whereas others didn't.
I think it was Kroll or Wells. I think he went too early in the LMP2, sorry. Maybe it was someone else in GTP.
Some good battles, though. Very clean racing. Very clean racing. That was close, actually, with the Delatraz car there. Very close. So this is what happened to Grundle.
Ooh, oh, he nearly saved it.
I think he did. I think it was when he got back to the throttle. Let's see. Okay, so... Oh, you hate to see it. This was the 3 wide.
That was Christofuli turning right before the left-hander.
Yeah, just Dimbolo just didn't know he was 3 wide. Very assertive.
Oh, well, actually, it was Kroll's fault, really.
Which colour Kroll is?
Blue. No, maybe it was Malgrera. I mean, Malgrera moved left in the braking zone, but Kroll put his car in a very dangerous position, I think.
Yeah, it depends. If that was a cleaner cut corner, then yeah, Malgrera did nothing wrong. But I don't know, it's hard. I've seen some weird F1 calls, like Monza T1, T2, where there was an incident at 2, and they use who was ahead at 1. Well, what does that matter? Like, if you're alongside at 2, you're alongside at 2. Yeah. And F1 ruled no, they're a sequence. It's like,
was that a specific incident?
The Hamilton Verstappen. Yeah. When he
really, that was the logic for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Verstappen wasn't alongside in 1, but he definitely was in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I get it. They're very close. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure where I stand on the quote-unquote sequence.
Yeah.
But it was a closing position. If you put your car into those sort of positions, or I mean, what's to gain?
Yeah, it's low percentage. Isn't it?
Correct, yeah. LMP2, I mean, there's not a lot happening in the top 3 positions in every class. Apart from Henry getting past Soma Nucera, it's completely unchanged. So we need to wait for the traffic crossover to bring us our first song and dance, I think.
Well done to Nathan Willoughby, by the way. I mean, he has currently got 8 positions between himself and the next LMP2 AM. You can see it's 6.5 seconds, but there's 7 cars between him and his nearest LMP2 AM rival. So that he'll be benefited. He will benefit from that. It's not for your division position; it's for your car class position. So Willoughby beating all those pros will be rewarded. As we've got Norbert Thomas, the overall race leader, now having to deal with the LMP2 traffic.
Gotcha.
Surprising considering that there isn't much of a pace difference, just how quickly these guys get through. It shows the gap that they create on the race start and also the length of this circuit.
Yeah, I mean, the LMP2s will feel slow down the S's and coming up to 5, I think. But yeah, the rest of the track, I mean, unless you catch them here at the very end of the straight where you have to really wait or completely send it, you've got such a straight line advantage. Obviously no GT3s for them to worry about. That's where the pace difference is massive.
Oh, Banan's had a...
we got
a
someone hanging there like a cow in the background, so we need to see what happened there. But that's a big loss for Banand.
That's another PS competition driver getting involved in an incident. It was Mulgrera earlier on, this time it's Banand. And Arigi's had... Oh no! Well, what's an avoid that is? What an avoid that is. And it's an awful couple of corners for a PS competition.
What? How did he end up on the grass on a straight? And where's the rear of his car? The car looks so short. I'm really confused how he ended up on the grass. Wait.
And Banan's still trying to limp around. I hope he gets the other side of the circuit eventually.
Yeah, he's gonna have to park it.
He ought to tow.
Yeah, he's not. I mean,
is there a gap in the traffic that's gonna?
It doesn't matter. Even the tow would have been quicker by now. It's a 1 minute track, and you're over halfway.
Yeah, he's got the memo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be very curious to see how you ended up on the grass on a straight. Because that looked like a dangerous rejoin, but it's not. He was just traveling at 260 kph on the grass. That's the problem. It wasn't a dangerous rejoin. It was where do you put the pace. Look at that gaggle.
That was done well there. He's maintained his lead despite going through the traffic. And you can see on the timing tower, now the gap is increasing from 2.5 seconds to 3 seconds in just a couple of corners, because now Teroshki's having to make his way through. Jocelyn's close right up now, so it's very close for P2 and P3.
Just catching up with chat. I apologise for missing your stream, Tommy. Still no internet at home. Chris is hoping to get a few of his Nomad cars in ARL Endurance next for the next. Is that been announced yet?
No.
Cool. And hello to Nick Manston. Evening.
This is Nucera getting underneath Jocelyn. This is for position. Jocelyn started ahead, has been ahead for the whole race so far, but Nucera using the traffic to his advantage. He might be blocked in here. Jocelyn's not going to give him any space.
Whoa.
Well, actually, in the end, he was a bit he was a bit generous there. He did leave some space. Nucera was not able to take advantage of it though, so Jocelyn remains in P3.
Yeah, remember these guys were the other way around on qualifying, but they've been very close on track. It looks like just Henry. I think Henry got it into 2, didn't he? At the start of the race.
Yeah. Welcome to Nick as well in chat. I think, Nick, did you win in the prototypes around this circuit? I think that was a thing that happened back in Season 6. Do you correct me if I'm wrong?
Ethan Bernard in chat, hello to him. He took part in the Aero Endurance, I believe. I remember his Ford. Distinctly remember his Ford.
Do you remember what oh, do you remember what colour it was?
If I had to guess, I'm going to say blue and white.
Okay. I remember there was a yellow...
I could be wrong.
But
Ethan will let me know.
Yeah. So still Busby leading in the LMP2 Pros. Don't think we've seen too much of the LMP2 Pros, but as you mentioned before, generally there hasn't been too much going on in the LMP2.
There is a front 3 breakaway, but Delatraz is following Paul closely and Bernier is following Delatraz closely, so fuel.
I did not think that we would see Christophe Herbigny 8.5 seconds off the lead at this point. I mean, you'd have better odds on Christophe Herbigny being 8.5 seconds ahead at this point of the race, considering how his season has gone so far.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, we got replays coming in hot. Let's say get some unanswered questions here. Oh,
Very ambitious there from Grosseto.
yeah, it was. That door was. I mean, this isn't just late braking. He's turning already.
Oh, so this might be why Herbigny is quite so far off.
Oh, he just. Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, just no. So this was Leonard. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Oh, no.
I mean,
So this is Grondelez who got involved.
yeah, I
So
mean,
he'd already had a fast repair, right, Grondelez?
yeah, I mean that was clear cut, not holding the brakes. I'm sorry, like it was clear cut. He rolled back onto the track.
So Melguera got through it. Yeah, so Melguera got through it. Oh, so this is how Banan went off.
That's his teammate, right?
That's his teammate. Well, all the PS Competitions cars were on the same bit.
So to clear it up, him not holding his brakes wound up killing his teammate.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely didn't hold his brake. He was rolling at a slow speed across to try and recover the car, and unfortunately it put him on the racing line, which is the outside, and caused multiple cars death. So, I mean, I'm not a steward, but I put my hammer down on that one. Yeah, so we've seen two, I want to find a polite word, but dumb dives, like half-assed, barely poking their nose into the 10A, which resulted in half spins. Oh, you like to see it. Ah, lovely, lovely. What a corner for racing this corner is. It is about commitment and confidence, though. Because, yeah, you get it wrong and you look like an arse. A lot of curb taken there.
Yeah, from Matthew Crisp. But yes, Sazonova up now 6 places from his race start. 3 of them are from GTP, so he's up 3 places in reality. Still good work.
Indeed. Soren Kroll is up a position there. Just saw it in the background against Philip Longfellow. Philip Longfellow should sell tea.
You'd buy tea from Philip Longfellow?
What do you think?
I would.
Yeah.
I didn't even drink tea, and I'd still be buying off.
I'd be partial to try it, yes. It's a strong British name.
Very.
Busby looking good. He has the Delatres cars ghosting him, though. Half a second back and 4/10 behind that. Them 3 are juggling the fuel, 100%.
Ah, so some eagle-eyed viewers
Hey, I see it.
might be able to see something a little bit,
That's
out of the ordinary.
a Mario Kart trophy behind him. I mean, sorry, an ARL trophy behind him.
It's a very nice trophy. I think we spent significant.
I heard
significant
6
pounds.
figures, yeah.
Yeah,
Lots of decimals.
lots. And, yeah, in Zimbabwe dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's actually it's a nice trophy, and Paul had it in the background of his shot there. If other drivers could do that, who's watching back, I know a lot of these guys have won trophies. This man may have won a trophy in the past, Alexander Delchaz. But yeah, they should do that. It looks good.
A little bit of traffic there has broken up Bernier and Delatraz, which is probably why we're seeing Delatraz all over Busby's mirrors to try and slow him up a bit and get his teammate back in this. But that is always the way with multi-class racing. So we might see some half sends from Delatraz just to get Busby offline. If Busby goes defensive once, that will get Bernier back in the race. And it is the best way for Delatraz to win this is to use the team element of it, not just on raw pace. But let's see. Delatraz does not need advice from a pleb like me. Man, I miss LMP2 here.
I mean, one of the weaknesses, I think, of prototype cars is the visibility, and I think it was particularly the case with the old LMP1s, and it's sort of the case, I guess, with the GTPs. In this car, fantastic visibility.
The Caddy has good visibility as well. But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't compare LMP1 to the... If I remember rightly, LMP1 was like a porthole.
Oh, yeah. And the wheel, as well, was so big that whenever you turn the wheel, that would block the limited vision that you had.
So he's smart there from Delatraz. He gave the LMDH the racing line, which I swear, unbeknown to most people who do multi-class, if you give the racing line to the guy overtaking you, you can advantageously get off the corner quicker because the car in front of you is not going to be a slow... Yeah, I get it why you hold your own line. I get it. It's faster. But if you're coming up to a corner, give the other car... Compromise your line and give the car in front of you the better line and follow him. Sorry, rant. I did a few spa races and I felt like a rant.
See through the first part of that lap, Origi actually losing time to the LMP2 car ahead of him. But on the parts of the circuit where the GTPs can stretch their legs, he'll be able to close back up. We're watching Tim Perry, who is still where he started, behind Michael Halford-Darson, but ahead of the charging George Sazonov.
Is that a red seat he's got? I've just noticed. That's quite cool. I've never considered a different coloured seat. You know what I mean? I've never... I'm going to look at my seat now with a whole new light. I've never thought about looking for a different coloured seat.
He's got little bits of red everywhere. He's got a bit of a red thing on his wall there. He's got some red on his gloves. Proudly wearing the Union Jack as well on his shirt. Tiroshki now 3 seconds off the lead. He's been able to he's been able to gap Josna a little bit. So 1.8 seconds now. We're some 25 minutes away from the GTPs pitting. Less than 20 minutes away from the LMP2s pitting. But if the GTPs did pit now, if they had some damage or whatever, they could, at a push, get to the end of the race from here. It'd be tough. They'd have to do a lot of fuel saving, but
is the fuel restricted?
No, it's not restricted. Oh, Basset has had an issue, but he's back on track.
Yeah, you could make it, but yeah, I wouldn't love that.
There is Basset. He was off track for a couple of seconds, but he hasn't lost any positions from it. He's now just 3 seconds behind Christophe Herbinho.
Yeah, because he was up a position.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ahead of Herbinho, wasn't he?
Because now the top 6 in LMP2 Pro are unchanged positions. If you can believe it. That's Emil coming through. Effect Simulations Club Sport. The word Club Sport's not usually on there. Is that their...
Yeah, it's like that B team, I think. But Emil's quite an experienced driver. He's raced in another one of our former Porsche Cup drivers. Got a lot of them in here. I feel like Willoughby did Porsche Cup as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Emil's been around for ages, since I was sim racing.
Willoughby still a long way clear. You can see he's 8 seconds clear now of Grigorenko and 7 places clear as well. He's got 6 cars between him and Yuri Grigorenko, who's yet to win a race so far this season, Grigorenko, but came very close last time out.
With this pace, Nate's going to find himself being DM'd by Sam to be in Pro.
Well, you might get DM'd to say that he's now in the GTPs. He's going that quick.
Yeah, running very strongly. All the AMs are scared of Sam lately. They're like, okay, so I need to back down a little.
It only happens, I'd say, 1 in every 3 seasons.
Correct.
We have to change it.
And usually in the first couple of rounds.
Oh, yeah. I think from this point onwards, I think Nathan's safe.
Correct.
I mean, he's not going to win the pros. I think that's like, if you're going to win overall, then you can't be an out.
Yeah, I mean, with the situation with
Lucera,
it wasn't a circumstantial win. It was a pace win.
and also, he's been over half a second clear of all the other AMs in both the qualifyings.
Yeah, and in qualifying, the difference in speed is insane. Not to mention, he's closer to 5K, I think, now, is Simon. Where is he? Yeah. Wait, he's 4.9 now. He's only 43 off 5K.
Yeah. On Sunday, of course, we've got the next round of the Racing Unleashed GT3 series. And you can register for that over at apexracingleague.com. There's still time to register for free. We had one of the drivers actually register earlier today. And then you can take part in the pre-qualifying sessions either tonight or tomorrow. Set a lap, and that should be enough to get you into Sunday's event at this circuit, Road Atlanta. So if you've already done some practice for Road Atlanta for Petit, and you feel like doing a little bit extra driving, then do head over to apexracingleague.com to sign up.
Matt Baker setting up a switch back here. Doesn't quite pull it off, but he is hunting Cristida. That was looked like it was going to be a nice move, actually. I do love the raceability of this track. There's something about this track. It looks like it's too small for multi-class. It looks like it's too narrow for multi-class. It looks like there's not enough corners for overtaking opportunities. But somehow this track just has it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, people go mad when it's Mosport. No, why Road Atlanta? I love Road Atlanta, but why? You know, what is it that makes it work so well?
I mean, I commentate on multi-class races at Mosport. Awful combination. Like, absolute mess.
I love it, but yeah, it's...
Turn 2 and 3 are just woeful. Oh, what's that about?
Yeah, I'm not...
He's getting out of the way.
Well, quick conspiracy theory. The car in front of him, I think, might be in the same team. I don't know, no. You wouldn't weave in front of a faster class.
Who is in front of him?
Am I right?
No, well, but Jocelyn's in P3. The car in front of him is a lap down, I think.
Oh.
I think? Is it Jean-Thierry Arrigui?
Oh, yeah,
Or
okay.
no, that's an LP2, sorry. In front of him.
Yeah, ignore then. Maybe it's just a miscommunication.
So Nick Horn, another former Porsche Cup driver, he says it's the elevation changes which make it so good.
Okay, then why doesn't Sonoma work? Sonoma's all about elevation.
Yeah, Sonoma's almost too narrow there, isn't it? It's Carl Yakulet's going fairly slowly out there at the moment. I think just trying to get offline for the P2s, but he's round and he's in the gravel. And now he can look around to see.
Yeah, the LMD8, like the LMD8 just drives into him. Like he's there, it's his corner, you weren't there in time, and then just claims he's too slow mid-corner. Well, yeah, I'm slower class. So, I mean, maybe I saw that all a bit too much, but I think the replay is going to show the LMD8 just drives through him. But yeah, you're right. I love the elevation changes. I think it makes some of the best tracks in sim racing elevation. Your Bathursts, your Sonomas, VIRs, Road Atlantas. What else? What else is elevation focused?
Oh, here comes the move. Although, yeah, sorry.
Different
Between
class, but yeah.
different classes.
Still, you trust the guy can see you.
Oh, off for Thasang and Baker.
Or they were the two fighting last lap.
You do wonder, because Baker was trying to go for a move, you do wonder if he's overcooked it and
Something's wrong with Baker.
potentially caused some issues.
It's very slow getting back to the track. Dude, it's to the right. Maybe steering damage? I don't know. That was the slowest rejoin I've ever seen. Like, bad rejoin's fine, but, you know.
Well, yeah, after that early instant, that'll be the icing on the cake for Baker with that slow rejoin as well.
What? Okay, yeah, so something is wrong with Matt's car. Bonk. No.
Check the relative, check the relative. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good. Now, can he turn right?
He doesn't need to slow down. Use the wall to turn. If you've got a fast repair, just bang off the wall. That's what I would do. No. Oh, yeah, I suppose you don't want to get speeding penalty, though, on the way in. Yeah, we'll get a replay of what happened there. But, yeah, Matt Baker and Cristida Sang. And I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, you said some of the letters in there.
I did. K, I'm going to call him. KT.
KT?
Damn. KT and Matt, they're having a big incident. Oh, and Saron's into the pits. Seren is into the pits. He has already served a Was it him that came in for the fast bit early on?
So who was that?
Seren. Kroll.
No, I don't think he's pitted yet. I think it's Gondolaires. Oh, Bersert's off from the lead of the GTP ARMS. His gap had been diminished over the last few laps. Unfortunately for him, it's not too bad. He's only lost about 3 seconds from that one to Dimbolo. And they got a decent gap with the mess that's been going on behind them. But Dimbolo now leads in the GTP ARMS, and that is a shame because there was a really good drive up to that point for Berserk.
Chris Chatterton in chat. I've been watching, known Chris for years, but I didn't know this. Fun fact, I dislike Road Atlanta that much that this weekend will be my first attempt at PLM. Unbelievable, Chris. I don't even know.
I don't really know where you're coming from on that one, Chris. You got some defending to do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think everyone likes, at least to drive.
He says everyone dislikes different combos. No, only Chris dislikes this one, surely. Surely.
Christopher Fooley there losing out to Schnabel. Schnabel's had a good turn of pace. He's up to the top 10 now. Overall, 8th place in the GTP Pros. Christopher Fooley, meanwhile, has been, I guess, sort of staying the same. He's always been ahead of Wells.
What are you calling for the Jen's the leader? What do you think that caused that mistake? Grass on the outside? Passing traffic too late, dive bombed?
It was something to do with traffic, yeah.
Yeah, because if you dive down the inside and try to...
Oh, he's off again, you know.
Oof.
Someone else is off as well. Oh, no, he's really had enough. He's over there. And he has damaged the car.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Well, how quickly a race can change. Leading by a couple of seconds, his division, and now any chance of winning this race is totally over for Jens Berserk. He's going to have to come for an early pit stop, and he will maybe get to the end of the race. He'll need some fuel saving to get to the end of the race, but he can get to the end of the race from here.
Yeah. Yeah, if he boxes, fuels, tyres, fast repairs, he can salvage a good result still. But yeah, we'll find out what caused the first incident that snowballed into what we're seeing now. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see. I don't think there was damage the first time, so maybe just frustration on the following sequence of events. Oh my God! Oh, it's over.
Oh, no. Come on,
okay,
mate, you can get that in. Come on, go reverse.
No,
reverse.
that's clip comp because yeah, he's done, mate. He's getting a dangerous entry for that. He's towed.
Mate.
Brilliant. Yeah, so I'm calling it. It was frustration, and I can hear the distinct sound of Sam typing. Someone just made the clip compilation. Yep. We've all done that entry though.
Well, I literally remember us being in the same scenario of someone messing up the pit entry here on one of these broadcasts, and us going, us making the comp. By the way, the August comp was released earlier today. Some good clips in that, so do check it out. Only about 5 minutes long.
Speed Tech mentioned in chat. I like it so much that I started going to the real event last year. What, Petit Le Mans? Oh, nice. I was there at the one, I don't know. I think it's 3 years ago now because I've lived back in England for 2. When I was living into America, I came to this event with a bunch of people you might know, with Casey, with Graham. Who else was there? There was loads of us. The group was huge. Daniel Moore had put me in a car around this track. I had to bolt to the track though. My wife was driving at the time, and Daniel texted me to say, like, if you get here by X time, you can do a lap. I was like, okay, Lisa, you may speed. I'm not breaking the law. It's my wife, right? It's different.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. I'm still clean. Clara asking, where's Fidri? What, Christoval? Are we talking about?
Clermont.
Oh, okay.
Currently 30th place overall. That is 11th place in his division. So yeah, not a great time of it for Clermont at the moment. He's down 2 places from his race start. Overall, I think that's and a couple more just in his class.
Looks like Ivan in LMP2 AMS had an issue. Yeah, he's dropping back, or he's pitting. I'm hoping he's pitting. No? Ivan Revkov? Ah, okay, so he's on the recovery, and I think someone else was involved as well. I can't remember who, but either Sergi or Luis, yeah, one of them two had an incident. I mean, he should have towed. This is taking way too long. It's a minute lapse of the tow, yeah. Past weekend, it was so much fun, Speed Tech and chat. Yeah. I think we all hung out at the turn 5 for the first half of the race, and then opposite 10A here, opposite here for the night portion of the race. My friend Corey is an engineer on FAF, and they were in the race, and he was giving us updates from the team side, which was the coolest thing in the world. Getting inside, obviously I couldn't say anything at the time, but getting inside strategy calls from an engineer during the, how cool is that? Like, it was. Yeah, I was very lucky to get to about 7 or 8 IRL events, but the undulation you're seeing, it's unreal. In real life, those hills, even if they're offering free money, there's only certain times you're going to walk up the hill because it is massive. Like, it is massive. Yeah, fantastic track. And I learned that day, I think this is one of the first ones I went to, when the Mazdas were racing, I could hear what I thought were like big ass V8s. It sounded amazing. Past the crest of the hill, and the Mazdas are going around. And iRacing's so wrong with the sound of the Mazda. So wrong.
Was very close for the LMP2 lead for a moment. It's opened up a bit again now, but yeah, we did have footage of Paul Busby before, only just hanging on to the race lead. Now he is making a bit of a gap to the rest, 1.3 seconds now.
Wait, Joe Newman, LMP2 Pro, has been in the pits for 5 minutes. I hope that wasn't one of the instances we just saw. Okay, we got some replays coming in. Let's see what we think that happened.
So yeah, this is...
Yeah, this is the one I wasn't happy with. Let's see. Actually, why is the LMP2... Ooh, what happened to Singh?
Oh, so what was Baker doing? Oh, Baker just got put off, and then he somehow reached the wall from there.
What? So this zooms... Yeah, a few confusing... Whoa.
And this is both out here. This is second instant.
That was a weird one. Alright, so this is Fidri and Newman.
Oh, I wonder if Fidri might be in trouble for that one.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got a chopper of that.
Perfect. Yeah, that's Fidri, I think. I don't think Newman can do anything else there. Oh, and there's this base.
Yeah, I mean, he just come back across too much there. Shame to see it. Okay, LMP2s are all in the pits, and when I say all, I mean so far the top 8 are all currently in pit road. Make that 9. And the 4 behind that have already pitted.
Busby's lost the lead. It's Bernier who leads. Bernier's gone from 3rd to 1st.
Yeah, it's pit stop. Bernier over 33.3, which is suspiciously quick. Delatraz a 34.2, so 9/10 off his teammate. And then Busby with a 35.3, which, yeah, is 1.1 seconds slower than Delatraz, but a whopping, if I can believe this, 2.1 seconds slower than Bernier. I mean, Bernier is 9.1k, so let's not forget that. But still. But just looking at the general numbers, yeah, which doesn't make sense. Busby's pit is almost like a no fuel save pit. Now, I know he had the lead, but we also know how... Yeah, there's no way Busby would have just driven around not fuel saving. So I'm assuming a slight mistake through the pit phase for Paul Busby.
Well, he's got the best part of half the race to cover it now, but it will be tricky to break the stronghold of the Delatraz cars now that they're 1 and 2.
I mean, Bernier could figure, you know, hyper fuel save after with Delatraz defending, but there's no way they could have known they were both jumping Paul. So, yeah, not sure. Bernier definitely needs to save fuel though. He's that's a whopping amount. On average, I'd say on average, he's saved about 2 seconds more than everyone, and only about 9/10 more than his teammate.
Oh, he's wide. He might give up the lead here. Here comes Derchaz. Derchaz gets his nose ahead, and Derchaz is ahead.
Yeah, that does suit. If Bernier does need to fuel save, and a little bit of draft from someone would help.
It's the race leader right behind them, Norbert Tamas.
Yeah, lots of green going on. Wait. I can hear Norbert screaming, "Pick a bloody side."
Oh, it's a send from Paul. I don't think that was even a deliberate send there from Paul. That was good awareness.
Yeah, Bernier's.
Bernier.
I think Bernier's just lifting, and I think Paul found out pretty quickly how heavy he's lifting. I think Bernier has to. Yeah, Paul is angry.
He's shaking his head.
Yeah, and flashing the damn lights. Yeah, I think personally Bernier's gone a little aggressive on the fuel. Let's see. If he breaks out of Delatraz's draft, then it's more than a controllable problem. You know what I mean?
Dexy into the pits. Super Formula Lights driver last season. Longfellow is also in the pits.
Those green lights, is that something you can set? Never seen that before. Look at that, bright green lights. I know you can set the light cover, I've never seen them that bright before. Interesting. I'm gonna go home and mess with some settings now.
These lights are going to be fairly useful by the end of this race. We are getting darker and darker. I think it's currently, what, 6 o'clock in sim, I believe. So there will not be a whole lot of illumination by the end of the race.
First time I ever raced this track was IMSA at night in GTE. And I was so friggin' nervous, I messaged in my Discord like, look, is anyone around? Because I could really do with a spotter. Yeah, that was like, I was a 1.4, 1.5K driver. And, I mean, GTEs was all I drove back in the day. Paul is all over Bernier. Yeah, Bernier's fuel saving, and Paul wants none of it. Absolutely
he's
none
aggressive
of it.
there. Losing time to, well, losing a little bit of time to the leader. Delatraz now 1 second ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, Busby's got to break this stranglehold. It's so tricky to pass a car when they've got their teammate ahead.
Yep, 100%. What is that LMP2 traffic ahead? That's the worst situation for Paul. Yeah, the utter worst. Yeah, because he was getting a free draft there. Oh, Luca in. Is this late or what am I missing here?
This is second pit stop, must be.
Yeah, it is.
That is one of our front runners in the LMP2 AMS.
Strange, he's taking tyres on his second pit. I wonder what his first... I'm a bit confused when his first pit stop was. Maybe he wasn't leading, maybe he was just leading because he... I'm not sure, I don't have words. A 24 second pit stop with tyres?
Yeah, I guess he must have taken all 4. Maybe he had repairs to take 10 laps in, and that's the pit again now. Toshki into the pits, so to Jocelyn. Still waiting for the top 4, as well as the Sang still to come into the pits in the GTPs.
Okay, some replays coming in. Oh, that wasn't a...
Ooh.
Ah.
So Crissetto came across late on.
Bonk, that puts him straight. There you go. That's why he pits. Norbert into the pits. Yeah, I'm not sure about that move. It's tough. He lost so much time going side by side that when he crossed lines, there was someone coming. So it's tough. Need to look at that from a few angles. It was too tough for Cole in real time like that from the replay for me.
Crissetto in for his second pit stop after that collision before. Long way off where he wants to be now. One of the several leaders back at Zolder last time out. And now the remaining drivers have come into the pit. So everyone in the entire field, apart from Federico Crisafulli.
Yeah.
Federico Crisafulli is the only man in the entire field who has not pitted so far in this race.
Norbert's pit stop is... I think Balázs is going to be leading. Hot take.
I think he'll hold on for Tomas. I think he had a big gap.
You are correct. I was staring at pit stops. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, he was 2 seconds slower in the pit stall was Tomas.
Nucera with an amazing pit stop, by the way. 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds quicker than Norbert. But yeah, I underestimate. I have completely forgot about Norbert Tomas's lead. You are correct. Balázs hit into it, but it is Balázs. How do you pronounce his name?
I pronounce it as Balázs.
Balázs. Balázs Torowski. Okay. Is Sarah looking strong?
And now Crisafulli's into the pits. So yeah, Nucera comfortable P3, as you say, he's looking strong. Ahead of Jocelyn. Any other... There's not really that many battles going on in the GTPs. This man might come out in some tight battles. Oh, he overshot the pit stall though.
Yeah, it costs big. You think, oh, he didn't lose much time, but you do. You lose a couple of seconds, and at Road Atlanta, that's a lot of track. It's a lot of track.
Still Delatraz leads ahead of Bernier, who's holding off Busby. He's going to lose a little bit more time now as the race leader with having to go offline for the GTP car. And Busby will be furious if he can't win this race. It really feels like in qualifying he was the fastest driver. He was able to hold on comfortably to the race lead in the first stint. And he looks faster right now, honestly, as well. But there's such a small draft on this LMP2 car that overtaking, even around here, is very tricky.
Yeah, maybe we could get one of our eagle-eyed studio guys to check Paul's pit stop to see if anything untoward happened on entry, exit, or stopping. Because I just feel like... I'm not saying he should be on Bernier's pit, but a second was lost during the pit stop phase, minimum.
Oh, here comes... Oh, well, I'm not sure if that was a reaction, but that was a block to the inside there from Bernier. He just instinctively knew that Busby was going to go down the inside. I think that was all fair. I don't think it was reactive. I think it was...
Yeah, by block you meant... Yeah, preemptively. Whoa. Paul knows he needs to get it done.
He needs to remember, though, that he's still got 25 more minutes in this race. Like, this is not last couple of laps. He's got time.
Dimbolo XP Cup. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he did the... he was very strong in Porsche Cup, wasn't he?
Pretty much throughout today, Nick, I have just been going, oh, that guy used to be in Porsche Cup. Oh, that guy used to be in Porsche Cup. A lot of them are out here, including yourself, Nick.
Right, this is Paul's best opportunity here. What an exit.
Jens Bisert, by the way, has had another issue. Not his first of the day. That's a shame for him. I think he's already used his fast repair though. But yeah, let's see if Paul can pull this one off this time. He's a bit further back than he was in the last lap, and he's losing time down this straight. Yeah,
I'm not sure what to say because that is the closest Paul's been out of the corner. So all I can presume is Delatraz was lifting down the straight to increase the draft to Bernier. That's all I can assume. Because, yeah, if we look at the exit, Paul was practically pushing him.
So this is what happened to Dasang a few moments ago.
Oh, hello. Oh, what car is he in? Acura. Serves him right. Yeah, just massive curb contact there on the right-hand side. He tried to collect it, but yeah, us caddy drivers, we don't need to worry about that. The curb is flat to us.
The curb worries about you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Acura and Porsche are very tightly wound by just default. But it's part of the car.
Busby's got to get him this time, right? Like, he's underneath him, basically, coming out of the corner. Going to have to go defensive as Bernier, and you know he will do. He's more than willing to. He's got to put his car in the middle of the circuit. Busby, he's left the door wide open for Busby, but he carries enough mid-corner speed. A little bit of a tap on the exit. Busby gets on the inside. And Delachaz will be
Busby
liking this.
Paul looks a little down compared to Bernier's top speed.
Yeah.
It's not just draft. It can't be because Paul was closer to than Bernier was to Delachaz that time, 100%. Because I was surmising, maybe Delachaz is lifting to increase the draft, but Paul just his car just looks a little lackluster in straight line speed for sure. Because yeah, you're right, that was his best opportunity, and it still seemed too far back to surprise a 9K. There was nothing Paul could really do there. He just got aggressive out of the 10A, 10B phase by just...
That's a PS competition car. Is that Origi?
Man, I picked this damn team to win the championship, and...
yeah, they've barely been facing the right way all day.
All season. Seriously, yeah. PS, you look at PS's, they've had. I think you said the same thing this race you did last race. All PS cars are currently in the pits or serving damage. That happened last race. There's older. They're a strong team, strong drivers. Just it's not going their way. Oh, look at this. We're starting to get to sunset.
Yeah, that's good, done it. Man, thank goodness we got the artwork update. So much better. I don't care about rescans, honestly, but graphics updates.
Yeah. I was against them, but after driving them, it's good looking. I am a bit gutted. No internet has meant I'm deprived of racing here. But
sure.
I checked the schedule and we have Sebring and Road America coming up. And for multi-class, that doesn't get any much better. All right, Origi replay coming up. Oh, no fault of his own. He was actually being cautious of the car that's off on the left-hand side, if we see. Gets them. Oh, no, that was an overtake.
No, I think it was a lapping. Oh, we've got an Alcantech car off the track. Could be Schnabel, could be Crisp.
Wait. So, yeah, he gets the job done on passing the lapper, like you said, but obviously the lapper just throttled off the corner like you would normally.
Yeah, I think that'll be a penalty for the LMP2.
Yeah, the PS competition did nothing wrong there. He got the move completely done. Of course he's going to be slower. He's having to cross the line to get the overtake done. Now that's pod racing. Yes, correct. What?
Of course, earlier on, of course, we've got the VRS summer sale still going on at the moment. And of course, you can check out apexracingsim.com in order to check out the heavy discounts that we got on VRS products, as well as VRS bundles as well. You can get some really good prices on getting wheels, pedals, and wheel rims as well. So yeah, big thanks to VRS for sponsoring. And yeah, apexracingsim.com is the best place to get those VRS products. We know a lot of the drivers, including many of the drivers on this grid, have got VRS products. So yeah, do certainly follow their suits. And of course, if you want to try out the equipment and you're based in the Midlands in the UK, head over to the Apex Racing UK Sim Centre. More details, again, at apexracingsim.com.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big sell on my years of sim racing. VRS never done a promotion quite like that, if I remember rightly. I mean, I think that beats any Black Friday deal they've done. So
yeah,
it's a good offer.
Nucera has lost. Well, you know what? I don't think Nucera has lost that much time. I think Jocelyn's just been flying, right? I don't know if we could get... apologies, Jamie. I know you got a lot to do. Jamie knows what I'm talking about. It's sort of gone down a bit. Not a massive amount. I thought the gap was at like 8 seconds or something when they came out of the pits, but it must have been a lot smaller than that. And so, yeah, he's just taking a little bit of time out, probably a lot down to the traffic. And then Nucera's not far ahead. I mean, their pace hasn't been bad. Nucera's pace hasn't been bad. He's kept tabs with Turoshki a few seconds up the road. So, is he going to be able to get through there alongside through the S's? Oh, he's lost a lot of time. He's going to lose a lot of time there, Jocelyn. He's still off the circuit. And yeah, the gap's gone back up now to a second and a half.
Fun stuff.
Lennart Schnabel is going to overtake Jack Wells, I think. Jack Wells, former LMDH AM champion in the series back in season 5.
Wait, what season is Prototypes on then? Oh no, you're talking about the oldest series. Wait, I thought this was only the 2nd season of Prototypes, or am I wrong?
No, this is the 4th season of the GTPs, I think.
Ah, okay.
Oh, this is 8th season total of Prototypes.
Oh.
But yeah, before that we had the LMP ones.
Oh, you're going back to
LMP2s.
dinosaur days.
But yeah, Wells won it in the 1st season of GTPs. But Schnabel can't get past right now, and on this straight, he is not gaining time. Wells is hanging on, and Wells is always very good on the tyres. So expect him to lose less pace as the stint goes on compared to his rivals. They've got Anthony Guerra with all the misdemeanors he's had in this race. Catching up to them as well, he's 2.5 seconds back.
They've got to have more draft, aren't they? I tried to go all this time without ranting, but Prototypes need more draft.
I mean, I don't know what it's like in real life.
Well,
Yeah.
there's overtaking. Yeah, like I understand GT3. Like I understand the frustration with GT3 drivers now. Like, okay, where did our draft go all those years ago? But I get it. But Prototypes, you know, they quite literally use downforce for cornering speed and pace, and just seems to be not enough. LMDHs have it better than LMP2s, but LMP2s have nothing. I would say negative because the dirty air in LMP2 is so high.
Yeah. That was an easy move for Schnabel. Wells did not fight it.
Yep, indeed. We've got the leaders up the top there. So GTP Pro, you see Tomas, dim below in GTP AM, LMP2 Pro, Delatraz, and LMP2 AM Willoughby. And it is surprising, right? Delatraz was P3.
When did... Sorry, maybe you were just mentioning it there, but why is Busby ahead of Bernier?
And
Bernier's
why is...
had a crash.
Yeah, Bernier's seconds off.
Okay, so it's no longer a Delatraz 1-2-4, it's a Delatraz 1-3-4.
Okay, we'll get you a replay soon. Looks like it's breaking news.
Nick Rasmussen supporting bringing back the LMP1. Nick very much an advocate for the less popular cars.
Oh,
I'm sure Nick would be well down for bringing back the FW31 like myself.
I have solved the problem. This isn't a rant, this is just a fact. The problem isn't the cars, it's us sim racers. We won't race things that aren't active. Because let's face it, I would still prefer to do, let's say they did a classic series, LMP1, HPD, GTE, would be...
Oh, someone's crashed ahead, sorry.
Far superior. The problem isn't the cars,
specific.
it's the sim racers.
Yes. I sort of agree.
I would love a classic series.
I think people get so inspired. Well, I don't know. I was going to say people get so inspired by real life series and that they want to drive the series that they see in real life. But obviously, the counterpoint to that is all the F1 cars in iRacing. So maybe that doesn't necessarily hold true. But yeah, I think you know. Did you really like LMP1? Like I thought LMP1 was always a bit rubbish in real life and in the sim.
I was a GTE driver, and by that I mean I only drove GTE.
Sure.
I drove them in IMSA, I drove them in ILMS, I drove them all the endurances back then had GTE. I mean GT3 had no place in endurance racing. It's an ABS car. Like, it was GTEs, right? That was the endurance GT car. So sprint racing in a GTE just felt, you know, that was its weirder place, but it was super fun. Yeah, I miss GTE so bad, man. All right, let's see what happened to Bernier. Replay coming in. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Busby did well.
What was that on? Was that on LMP2 traffic?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the LMP2 traffic was way too slow.
Was there an Alcantech car? Maybe it was Grassetto, I'm not sure.
Actually, looking at the Grassetto difference between how he kept up with Delatraz there, actually it might be misleading. Looks like just Bernier overcooked it.
So Busby's got a chance at this race win now. He's 1.4 seconds off the lead and we've got 14 minutes to go. He's going to need a favour from the traffic. Might be that, you know, he just gets held up by the traffic and he can't ever attack. But I think he's got the pace if they get even luck to have a go. And right now, he's in the better position when it comes to that because a couple of GTPs are going to have to make their way past Delachaz, which might push him offline.
Yeah, after thinking about it, I don't think the Architect car did anything wrong there. I think Bernier just maybe misread the body language, whether he was going to get it or not, and just overcooked it. Nicholas Rasmussen with the best comment there is. LMP1 and GT was peak, and I firmly agree. Whether you...
Sure.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah, but how long were there actually more... How long did LMP1 actually split? For, like, I reckon 90% of the time that LMP1 was on the sim, it never split. You never had more than 10 in a race. And with LMP1, it was the ultimate, either you're over 6K or you're below 1.5K car. There was no average. There were no you or me's, David, when it came to...
No, I mean, I wasn't a big LMP1 driver. Okay, what I loved about driving around LMP1's, boost button. Not as a GTE driver, they could clear traffic when it was needed. Whereas LMDHs are really quick and all, but like if they half catch a GT3 on the straight here, they half catch it. You end up side by side and you think, and they're so slow off the corner, are the prototypes of today's era. So slow off the corner. So is this big fat, I'm a prototype driver, so I'm allowed to say that, arse sat there mid-corner and you're like, come on, mate, go. Like, you always think, press your little boost button, and that's what I miss. I think that's what I ultimately missed.
Sure.
Because LMP1s, even if you weren't boosting the automatic profiles that most people use, the 99%'s used, off the corner you got kick from the turbo.
This is very close for the lead. Busby, after having Bernier cleared for him, he's closed up to the back of Delachaz. I think Delachaz got caught up in the traffic. Not sure if we saw exactly what happened on camera. But Busby, dare I say, if Bet365 were covering this, maybe they'd be giving the odds slightly to the man in P2 right now because he is all over the back. The problem is, as we saw from that onboard just a moment ago, he is slower down the straights. There's no doubt about it. He is losing time. And so, it's going to have to be a dive.
Look how good he is out of this corner, right? Definitely, I think, max wing. I'm not sure. But nothing in the draft. He actually gets pulled on, I feel.
Well, he's still losing time. Now he's starting to gain a little bit.
It's going to be a great battle. I mean, these two have been battling now for 2 seasons, right? In the endurance and now in the prototype.
And it was Effect who won out on in endurance to take the title. As you can see from Busby's onboard, he's got the trophy to prove it.
Look at this cameraman flexing.
I mean, clearly very experienced.
Yeah, look at this. Peak viewership. It's going to be a good battle. Paul's very fast and he can get frustrated and wear that frustration, but he is a very clean, respectful driver. You know, he's not... He'll push it to 11, but keep it respectful.
Bit of a drift there for Busby.
So we can manage, but yeah, he needs a... Yeah, see, this is further back than we usually.
So yeah, he's not going to have a chance on this lap. I mean, the thing is, he can't be closer than he was on the last lap. So I think his only hope is go for a dive and Delachaz not cover it, or traffic. I think that's the only way, right? You can't dive from back here. And yeah, Delachaz is happy to stay online. Don't know if Delachaz wants traffic in front of him or not. I don't know if that will sort of put him at ease a bit, but of course the two of them are seemingly the only two on this part of the circuit at the moment.
Yes, indeed.
Not much else going on, by the way, elsewhere on track. Koopman's being caught by Half-Led Darson. Half-Led Darson might be able to recover a couple more points.
And Jack Wells in GTP Pro, but they're quite far down the order. They're fighting over last, essentially. Well, Jean is going, but he is way off the pack.
And also, yeah, Tim Perry passing Sazonov. You can check out the live timing in the description below, but this is the one that matters more than any other. And it is a race that Paul Busby really needs to win Otherwise, it will be 3 race wins from 3 for Delatraz Automotive.
Did we cover that? Grassetto and Louise both in the pit 6 minutes ago?
I feel like Grassetto's been involved in a lot of incidents.
Yeah,
I'm not
Louise.
sure if I remember the exact one that wiped him out.
Understood.
Defensive again. But the run, he's sliding. So, I mean, considering he's got max wing, Busby is sliding a lot on the rear end. He is drifting that car more than I've ever seen someone drift a LMP2.
Yeah, so higher wing is more understeer. Understeer is more scrub, more heat, right? On the fronts. Whereas Delatraz, let's say, I mean, we're hypothetical here on their wing levels. If he's less, then he's got looser rear, which is oversteer, which is overheating the rears, which is sliding. So they both have their own issues. And remember, that LMP2 dirty air is nasty. They are not similar. Even if you're in a GT3, okay, and you have a LMP2 and an LMDH wash in front of you, in front of a corner, the iRacing thing, even though they're both prototypes in mid-corner, they both should be very similar. You definitely feel the LMP2 dirty air more, 100%. I've done millions of multi-class racing. In LMP2, you can feel the dirty air. It's very dirty.
Bernier's had to come back into the pits, by the way. I'm not sure if he underfueled. I think it was actually a faster pay. It was only stationary for 1.5 seconds. So Augustin Bernier now down to 6th place, 7th place in class. Disappointing day for him. Might be able to catch Koopmans and Harper Darson though by the end of the race. That'll be a fun one. For 5th, 6th and 7th in class. Race division. And of course, just a reminder as well that we've got the late Apex on Apex Racing Team. We recorded that a little bit earlier on. So do check that out over on the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel, or you can search for it wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search The Late Apex.
Spotify and iTunes.
Spotify and iTunes.
I mean, Spotify. That's where the cool kids hang out now.
Yeah. Is it even on iTunes? Isn't there a specific app which is like Apple Podcasts or something? I don't understand Apple when it comes to that.
Never been a fan of Apple services, so yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I used to use their podcast back in the day. I think it's part of iTunes.
Busby's much later on the brakes, but Chaz, he pushed it a little bit deep there, and he's very slow on the exit. And here comes Busby. Did he have to get out the throttle there? I'm not quite sure, but Delatraz got the shorter line. Now can Busby nip underneath? Delatraz go all the way to the inside. That's what he does. He has driven perfectly when it comes to defence so far in this race, and he holds on to the lead with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, Delatraz needs to be careful with how he does that last corner switch back to get back on the inside, because obviously you're sacrificing some of your speed, and the problem is Busby running the outside has that more speed. So as they cross over, it can be quite dangerous with netcode. But, I mean, Delatraz knows what he's doing and he executed it perfectly. But the margins are so thin for a netcode collision doing that. Because Delatraz knows if he keeps the speed and goes around the outside, that Paul is going to get the inside. So you scrub a little deliberately, you know, that's racing.
By the way, Christophe Herbigna is catching up to those guys rapidly by a second on that last lap. So if they keep on fighting, it might be a three-way battle for the race lead. Busby's actually 1 second off the lead now, so Busby's got caught up in some traffic, it looks like, and he's
yes, the lead. It's one of the Manatee cars.
Yes, I think it is Tamas, the overall race leader.
Simon, I think that's Bamba in chat, I believe. Hello, Justin cheering Buzz. It's gone under the radar, Verstappen-esque, but these Manatee boys have absolutely cooked the competition. Like, Norbert especially had the advantage over Trotsky in qualifying, and he has absolutely stretched it in the race. I mean, Nucera's done well. He really has. He's only 1.7 off Trotsky, and he got the... Oh, no, he didn't get DHL fastest pit stop award. Unfortunately, that goes to Federico.
Jack Wells is barely holding on now against Melguera. He's been holding on for a while, and Melguera might just be able to get past for PS competitions, but he's missed the corner. And who's going to benefit from this one? The Beast Racing drivers go either way.
I think he was hit from behind, wasn't he? He was so slow off the corner. I think he was, I mean, I don't know how they wouldn't have made contact there.
I think, yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's not teammates, by the way, so Dimblo is not Beast Racing. I saw the blue on the front of his car, but he's Velocity Racing, and so Wells is holding on still. He's having to dig very deep right now, is Wells.
Because this is AM Pro battle, right? I know Dimblo doesn't drive like an AM, but he is an AM driver.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's so good in racecraft situations, is Dimblo, as he proved in P Cup. Look at that. And now he's on the advantageous side. Let's see.
He's got the lower drag. Of course, you'll have the side draft as well.
Side draft. There's no straight draft, mate. You might gain a millimetre side drafting. Dimblo's got it done. Very good driver.
Oh, he's overshot it though. And there goes Wells back underneath. Dimblo left himself so vulnerable. He had the move completely done.
Yeah, he had it completely done. Just, yeah, overcooked it a little bit. But it gives us more content. M12 in chat. I'm taking this one. I didn't know they were selling 2-litre cans of Red. Wait, can? A 2-litre can? Do you mean a bottle? Wait, a 2-litre can?
2 litres.
Wait, what noise would that make if you pop a 2-litre can? I assume he means bottle, and no, I
don't believe that's a thing. There's no way they're saying two litres.
Well, a 2-litre bottle is not.
No.
Is it 1 litre?
Well, you think 4 pints. That's 4 pints. So
Yeah.
imagine having 4 pints of milk.
Yeah,
And
sorry, it's a
that being
take-home
Red
bottle.
Bull.
So you put in a fridge. Is that what he means? He just doesn't, surely he doesn't mean a can. Because that would be a two-handed thing.
Yeah.
And then you would drink it.
No way, it's okay.
It's not resealable. You know, you shouldn't. We're not condoning you drink 2 litres of Red Bull in one sitting. Oh, here we go again.
Comes again. And Wells, I don't think he's going to be able to fend off this one. But can Dimblo get it stopped? Last time he got ahead, he went straight on almost at the next corner. This time he rattles his way through, but he's gone wide again.
No, you called
and
it.
He's lost it. He
Yeah,
has
you
lost
called
it for
it.
the second time. He might be able to regain this position though.
Wow.
I'll pull this one off, Jack Wells. No, he won't be able to. The PS competition gets ahead. And, sorry, pull this one off. Dimblo, I meant. How Dimblo hasn't got that position, I don't know. And how Wells is still there, I don't know.
You called it. You said
Yeah.
last time he got ahead, he blew in the next corner. That does seem to be a Joseph weakness at the moment in GTP.
We've got a replay, I think, of that instant, perhaps. There's another car stranded.
This is one where I presumed he was tapped from behind. Oh, they were literally left and right of him, body touching. Yeah, Joseph does seem to blow it when he's getting ahead, unfortunately. So this was the move that got them back side by side. Let's see again. Yeah, what a battle though between them.
So we are starting the final lap, and that means that there's very little to go. This is a short circuit. Out in the lead of the LMP2 pros, Alexander Delach has got over 1 second clear to his nearest rival. Plus, there's an LMP2 between them. And so it's looking unlikely that Paul Busby is going to get his first race win of the season. It does look likely that Alexander Delach is going to break his duck. Christophe Urbino only 4 seconds behind these guys now. There he is.
Some serious traffic though for them to deal with.
And Busby's got the gap down to 9 tenths now. 8
Yeah, it
tenths.
was big traffic. It was big traffic.
Oh,
Yeah,
Delachaz
is
furious.
fuming.
Well, there are rules that you've got to let a driver who's lapping you past eventually. And this car in front of Delachaz may not be following that. I think it's ML Koopmans.
It's an effect car.
No, it's Orikov, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, if it was
Emil,
Koopmans,
yeah,
then
they're
I'd
in
be
big
suspicious.
trouble. Perhaps Delachaz did think it for a split second. It was Koopmans for a second.
No doubt about this guy. 10 seconds clear. He missed Solder last time out, but he's going to get very close to the championship lead now. Norbert Thomas takes the second race win of the season. 10 seconds clear of the rest. Alexander Delachaz with a huge sigh of relief. A very stressful final lap, but he is going to beat Busby for the LMP2 Pro win. It is 3 from 3 for Delachaz Automotive by Majors Garage. Already Willoughby would have won the LMP2 AMs because everyone else has been lapped in extra time, so Willoughby's the only AM still going. And in the GTP Pro, Seagrave's just got past Sotil on the last corner. I wonder if something's happened to Sotil. Well, Seagrave...
Fuel.
Or I think he's letting past Sotil. I think he may have hit Sotil. Is letting him back past. But he... Did he pull that one off? I think he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I'm 90% sure he hit Sotil and then let him back past, but he did well not to let anyone else pass.
Nice.
Joseph Dimblow, meanwhile, he's the only GTP AM still going. And he is going to win in that class. He was the only one not lapped.
Yeah.
Well, not to crash into anyone post-race. And that is, I think, his first race win of the season as well. I think that might be 3 different AM winners.
That
in
was
3 races.
Excellent race, really good. Yeah, I mean, Delachaz was nervous and frustrated and scared there because, I mean, that LMP2 was white flag and he was lapped and he just wanted him out the way. But yeah, great race.
And the rule is that if the driver behind you gets within half a second, you have to let them pass within 2 straights. And I don't think that back marker followed that.
Well, you could argue Road Atlanta, there is only 2 straights a lap.
Yeah,
you could argue.
I guess it depends where he was across the start-finish line. But yeah, obviously that whole S's section, yeah, there is no straight in that part. So we can already have a look at the results then. We won't go through all of them, but out in the lead it was Tamas who managed to win out 10 seconds clear of Turoski. Nuseo was very close by the end, 4/10, another couple of laps, and Nuseo may have had a shot at breaking up that Manatee 1-2 finish. In the GTP AMs, it was Joseph Dimbolo, who will look like he was a long way clear, but he was just marginally not lapped. And so he ends up, by that time, screen a long way clear. Schwiebig, though, with good points. I think he remains leader of the GTP AMs. He's been very consistent this season. And Baker was in 3rd place. A lot of those AM drivers getting issues, actually. Then it was in the LMP2 Pros, Delachaz winning out by 1.2 seconds. Herbinho was over 10 seconds behind at one point and got the gap down to 3.2. Really good comeback from him. Albeit it wasn't so good for their Delachaz teammate Bernier, who had to make a late pit stop. He ended up in 6th, could not get past Koopmans. Did get past half the Darson though, so that's something. Then in the LMP2 AMs, it was Willoughby with his 2nd race win of the season. Again,
Strong
he was
race.
lapped 1 less time than everyone else, and he beat Grigorenko, who scores more consistent points. He's been very consistent. And Quer, a bit under the radar, but he did not qualify well, did Quer, but I think was up some 7 places by the end.
Yeah, fantastic race. Winners all well deserved. Obviously, the LMP2 Pro battle was a race to the finish, but yeah, very strong. The Manatee boys absolutely cooked in GTP Pro. GTP AM was dominated by the Dimbolo result. I mean, what content he gave us battling pros. You need to be careful battling pros with Sam around. Yeah, LMP2 Pro, excellent race. LMP2 AM, Nathan was unchallenged really. I think it was 11 seconds back to Yuri. So yeah, strong races, really fun.
Well, we have an opportunity to have a chat with at least one of our drivers. Hopefully more people will join, but for now we'll have a chat with Paul Busby, who joins us now. Paul, well, thank you for having a chat with us, because I imagine you're probably not the happiest man right now, because it seemed like you did everything right there. I mean, great qualifying. You held on to the lead in the first stint, but was it just a case that you were let down by the guys behind having the draft and yourself not, and that was why you had the longer pit stop?
Yeah, it was the pit stop, wasn't it?
I think there's a bit of that, yeah. I was doing a lot of fuel saving while I was up front because I knew the 2 behind me would be as well. To be honest, I put in probably a lap too much fuel at the stop. It allowed me to push the whole way to the end, but kind of it's so hard to overtake here that position's key, really. I'd have been better off saving the couple of litres in the box. But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic race. The battle with Alexandra at the end was Pre-mega, I was trying absolutely everything I could. Dancing around behind him, trying to put him off, trying to mind punt him, and he defended well. He had Bernier defending like a lion in front of him as well until he went off. So, yeah, it's always going to be hard when you're racing against teammates, right?
Absolutely. It looked like you might be losing a bit of time down the straight. Do you think you were running a bit more wing than the Delchess guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our dock's got a bit more wing on it than most. It's really good. It feels really stable and fast throughout the whole lap. But yeah, I mean, there was times where I was literally under his rear wing coming out the hairpin, and I just couldn't get alongside enough to make it count. So yeah, we tried. I feel very sweaty now. It's good fun. So, I mean, my championship's pretty wrecked after Spa and my shocking performance at Zolder last week. So I'm just here for the bants.
That is very good to hear. And of course, thank you for putting the trophy behind you today. Is that going to be the permanent residence of the trophy, or do you have somewhere else that you're gonna put it?
So I'm going to keep it for a little while, and then I'm going to send it to our team boss, Tim. He's currently in America doing his commercial pilot's license, so it gets to go and sit on his mantelpiece once he's back.
Sure, very, very good stuff. Well, thank you for having a chat with us, Paul. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Just a shout out to John, Nathan, and Emil, who have been practicing with me for this. They all had great results as well. Nathan obviously winning the AM class, Emil finishing P5. John was battling away. I think he had a few run-ins with some traffic, but yeah, it's good fun all round. And thank you guys for the broadcast. I'll be watching it back later. Thank you very much.
Awesome. It was a very
Cheers,
good one,
mate.
Paul. You feature a lot, so if
He did have camera time, didn't he?
Yeah, so, yeah, you'll enjoy that one back. We'll see you back next week.
Nice one. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Paul Busby there, runner-up in LMP2 Pro tonight. Who do you want to have a chat with?
Keep it on topic, I will talk to the winner in LMP2 Pro, who we had the brilliant battle with, Alexandra Delatras. Alexandra, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you. Hello.
Hello. First of all, congratulations on the excellent win. First things first, let's talk about the thing that was heated at the end there. Let's talk about that white flag and the traffic. We were live with you so we could see your camera as you was coming up to the lappers, and you were flashing and actually waving inside your rig. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I got a main issue during this race with some blue flag LMP2 who didn't let pass. And sometimes I just don't understand because they're fighting for nothing. Me, I'm in the last lap first with Paul at 1 second just behind me.
Yep.
So I have no time to lose. And it was not only on the last lap, it was on several laps, several drivers. I will not mention them now, but some reports will be done for sure. And I'm also sure that I'm not the only leading driver to complain about it. I'm sure that
Gotcha,
Paul
understood.
did it also.
Yeah, understood. Great race from you both. Yourself and Bernier, was you chatting in race? Like, was your pit stop both practiced together, or was you both doing your own thing? Because your pit stop times, Bernier's pit stop was crazy short. I mean, he was almost a second clear of yourself, and you was a second clear of Paul. Yeah, talk me through that.
Yeah, we take the decision very soon in the race to save fuel because, as you see, it's very complicated to overtake on this track. Even if we have more top speed than Paul, he take away in the corner. So I try several times, but just impossible with the dirty air and the track himself. So yes, because we was in the pace, we decided to save fuel a bit. Augustine, sorry, it's too many driver in my team. Augustine did it more than me because he have a double draft, and naturally he consumed less of fuel than me. So yeah, it was the strategy. But yes, the pit stop was funny because I didn't expect Van Augustine just exit the box behind me, ahead of me. Sorry, but he did a little mistake and he let me pass. It was very very nice.
Yeah, mistake out of 3, if I remember rightly, and you got it done. It was a great battle, though, yourself and Paul. We just interviewed him, and he called your battle, respectful but fun. Was it as fun as it looked, or was it sweaty?
Yes, always fun to fight with Paul, of course. It's always fighting, close fighting, but yes, all time with the respect. So yes, I always like it. Just at the end, it was very complicated because I don't know if you see it, but I had a contact with a 2-lap hit guy. And I finished 15 last lap with only 1 ink available. It was not even available because if I take 1 ink, I was take a penalty for drive-through. So yes, fighting with Paul, manage traffic, try to be as fast as possible.
Yeah.
No mistake available possible. It was one of the harder race I did, I think, because of this.
Yeah, gotcha. No, it was a stellar race, and yeah, you mentioned it previously, but you did look like you had the straight line advantage on Paul because yeah, he was able to exit so close behind you onto the back straight, but you guys were able to drop him even with him in draft, and that probably helped with fuel. And yeah, I think obviously had Paul come out of the pits leading, like you say, even the straight line advantage with the dirt, yeah, probably wouldn't have helped pass. But no, absolutely excellent race. Congratulations. Yeah, you guys looked very strong. At one point, you were 2, 3, and 4, if I remember rightly, in qualifying.
2, 3, and 4 by 0.03 seconds.
Excellent stuff.
But
All right,
yes,
we'll
I
see
can confirm for sure that Paul didn't use the same aerodynamic setting than us. I'm sure that he got more than fast, was faster on corner, but slower. And it's very interesting to have 2 different aero settings.
Yes, it is indeed. Again, congratulations. Hopefully we get to chat to you next week. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the season. Is there anyone I'd like to give a shout out to?
Like always, my teammate and my sponsor. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. And good
Bye.
luck to the next. Bye. Mr. Delatres there, solid race.
Very solid.
I mean, it was their battle was the content, right?
Yeah.
For the majority of the race there.
And hopefully Alexander can challenge his teammate Christoph for the title this season. Let's next drag up Joseph Dimbelow, who joins us now. Joseph, congratulations. That is a race win in the GTP AM category. You seemingly had really good pace out there. Take us through the first few laps, though, because you didn't lead from the get-go, but it seemed like you never quite let the leader get away, and once he made a mistake, you were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, so in the beginning, I had some very close battle with a BMW. Not quite sure the name of the driver there, but it was very hard racing, and I was quite happy to come away with the lead over him. But again, it was very fun to race against him. And then from then on, I tried to sort of continue with that pace and carry it out along through the race. And then we sort of hit a little bit of a road, a lot of LMP2 traffic to get through, and started to struggle a little bit at that point.
Yeah, how was it in the LMP2 traffic? I mean, do you have much experience dealing with that traffic around this circuit, or is that quite a new thing being in a GTP and having to pass slower cars at Road Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, I normally drive the Porsche Cup, as you may know, and yeah, this is quite different for me to be working through all this traffic and obviously being very careful at times. And yeah, I found it quite difficult to get used to, but I'm definitely learning, and there's a bit of improvement for sure.
And then in those closing stages, you had a fantastic battle with, I believe you had a good battle with Wells, I believe, and a couple of others, or were you a little bit further ahead than that? I can't quite remember.
I was fighting with a Caddy and a BMW again, and unfortunately, I just about lost out by going wide T1. It's so easy to do. You just slightly dip off to the left, and you're out onto the grass, and it's very hard to save. But yeah, that was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it was still a good battle between you lot, however. And then, yeah, just looking at the championship, I mean, you're the third different winner so far this season in the GTP AMs. Of course, from your perspective, you would like, to win several more. But I recall a couple of seasons ago in the same category, we had, I think, 6 different winners in the first 6 races. When you look at some of your opponents, do you think that's a possibility, or do you think it's only a matter of time before yourself or Henning or someone else manages to get a second race win of the season?
It's very close at the minute, that's for sure. I won't be racing next week, but yeah, I can definitely see another race winner coming. The cars seem to be very close, and yeah, there's always no matter what the car you're in, there's always a chance, I would say. BOP is very good.
Yes, yeah, that is one of the good things at the moment in the GTP category. Seemingly a lot of different cars near the top. Well, congratulations, Joseph, on your result today. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Congrats to Henry, my teammate. Very good job there, getting the P4, some strong points. And then, other than that, you guys, thank you very much for the coverage. It's always good.
Well, thank you for the
Cheers, great
kind
race.
words. And yeah, best of luck for when we next see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you very much.
Joseph Dimbelow there, who will be losing a few points next time out. Of course, he didn't score any points at Zolder either, so it will be tough for him in the championship, but he's more than capable of making up those points, I'm sure. I think one last interview with Lennart Schnabel.
Okay. Hey, Lennart, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Yeah. How was your race, mate? It looked like a hectic one there, but you're up 3 positions. What happened in qualifying? Talk me through your race.
Well, basically nothing happened in qualifying. I'm just not really too much on pace with that car. I just had some bad luck in the last 2 races as well, but this time I kept it rather clean, and it feels like a win, to be honest.
That's great. Yeah, it's very tough competition in GTP Pro.
I was so excited being in the top 10 overall. That's insane. But nah, really calm race. I think I had the pace over P8 as well, but it didn't get to him in time. But I mean, P9 overall, that's okay. I'm really happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, GTP Pro is very strong this season. You should be really proud. Is this a track you love? Is it a class you've driven before? Is GTP your thing for the last couple of seasons?
Absolutely not. I've always been an open wheeler guy, but I've did some races in GT4 a couple of seasons ago, and also now in GTP because the Formula stuff is dying out a bit, so I need to get used to something else. And for the time I'm spending in the car, that's the maximum I can get out of it right now. And I've done some IMSA races in the last couple of weeks to prepare myself a bit, but yeah, it's something different if you're racing in the league compared to IMSA racing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a big grid as well, and obviously all prototypes are no GT3, so it's always very close. And obviously when you come up on those LMP2s, there's a lot of them in this series. How did you find the traffic overall?
It was rather easy to pass them. If you didn't lose too much time if you stayed behind them through the first sector, and it was rather easy to get by on the straight because we have a massive speed advantage compared to the LMP2. So not much of a problem on my end, at least. I mean, I had 4 very well working teammates that let me by as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, it was sometimes it's harder to pass people. Like last round at Solder, that was really difficult.
Yeah, the speed differential was crazy low between both prototype classes. We saw everyone struggling. There's only a few key places you could even overtake them on the entirety of the lap, I think, at Zolder.
Yeah, couple.
Are there any tracks? Any tracks coming up that you're either super excited or super apprehensive to drive?
I need to check the calendar, to be honest.
I love that. That's how I approach a season.
I mean, Silverstone, I usually do pretty good at Silverstone, despite not liking the track too much. And then Interlagos, I think season highlight.
Yeah, that's my season highlight as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, awesome stuff on the Feels Like a Win. We always love those. Is anyone like to give a shout out to?
Shout out to our whole team, to Nick, to Fabio, to Crispy, to Hafley, and to Anton. They're doing a great job keeping this going, and we might not be the fastest in LMPs, but we're getting there at some point.
Good. I look forward to seeing it. No, you're doing great. Keep it up, mate. Yeah, and always nice chatting with you. And we'll chat next week when you feels like a win it again. Oh, I love that.
I'm trying.
I know you're. Congratulations, Ennett. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
See you around.
Nice guy.
Definitely.
And it is hard. I mean, the names all the way down. I mean, you've got Mag Performance drivers finishing 6th. You know, it's GTP Pro's tough.
Definitely. Lennart's a very experienced driver in the F3s, dabbled a bit in F4, Super Formula Lights. He won the title a couple of months ago. So, yeah, very accomplished open wheel. And, yeah, it's good to see him try out the prototypes as well. But I think that's pretty much it that we have for today. No more interviews. And, of course, the next round of the championship will be coming to you next week from Silverstone. So, back to the 60-minute race for that one. But for now, we will be signing off. Of course, do make sure to subscribe to Apex Racing TV. Check out all our future streams as well. Plenty more prototype action along with GT action and open wheel stuff as well.
What an avoid, by the way. Sorry. What an avoid. That was amazing. Watch that back.
That'll be good. Yeah, of course, do check out the social medias as well on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for Apex Racing TV and Apex Racing League. Of course, thanks as well to VRS for sponsoring the series, as well as Apex Racing Simulators. Links to them are in the description below. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Samson and everyone here from the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we will see you back next time at Silverstone for round 4 of the season. See you then.
Ciao.